guys, this is my teenage friend Rachel. She's cool.
Hey. Hey, could you watch the road?
Hey, could you watch the road?
Okay. All right, well, if we die in a car crash, I want to donate my eyes to my neighbor Gary. He has a boat, and he sails all around the world. I would love to see that. I don't know if he actually needs eyes, but who would turn down a free pair of eyes, right? Who's that rich?
Welcome back to WTOP. Now, let's take a look at what's going on all around the United States. Ford Motor reported a surprise profit for the third quarter Monday, helped by a bump in sales from the Cash for Clunkers program, a reduced cost structure, and problems at its U.S. rivals. The company also announced plans late Monday to raise $3 billion in order to further boost its balance sheet.
A police officer is intentionally killed in Seattle. Field training officer Timothy Breton was shot while sitting in a parked patrol car Sunday night. Breton was reviewing details of a traffic stop with a student officer when a vehicle pulled up next to the squad car and fired multiple shots. According to Seattle Mayor Greg Nichols, the shooting was the first intentional homicide of a city police officer since 1994. The police will not rest until the assailant is brought to justice.
Terrible crime. After months of works and weeks of deals by Democratic leaders, President Obama's strategy on health care appears to be paying back, with the House and Senate poised to take up legislation to ensure nearly all Americans, and debate in the House is expected to begin this week. Democratic leaders are confident that Mr. Obama will sign legislation overhauling the nation's health care system and allowing for the nation to have full health care coverage, a goal that has eluded American presidents for decades.
Now here's what's happening all around the world. Pakistan endures another wave of suicide bombers, killing at least 35 people today and injuring another 80. The first bombing occurred outside of a bank. The blast was so intense that residents blocks away could feel the effect. Another suicide bomber detonated explosives at a checkpoint where police were inspecting vehicles. Throughout October, Pakistan has been relentlessly attacked, resulting in the UN to pull all non-emergency foreign staffers from the country.
Diplomats from the United States and North Korea have huddled in recent weeks as North Korea says it and U.S. need to settle differences before meaningful nuclear talks can proceed. North Korea says it will, quote, go our own way if Washington is not ready for a dialogue, end quote. North Korea left talks in April to protest UN condemnation of its nuclear test and missile launches.
7 Islamic militants have been indicted by a Spanish judge. The suspects allegedly helped perpetrators of the Madrid train bombings in 2004. The bombings were coordinated attacks on 4 commuter trains, which killed 191 people and wounded more than 1,800. Spanish courts have already convicted 14 Islamic militants for their involvement in the attacks and continue to pursue other leads.
Good evening, I'm Chris Horvadits, and coming up in sports, the latest on the World Series matchup, and one of the nation's top receivers is calling it quits. Don't go away, sports is next.
A survey done by the Lifestyle Center found that 58.2% of SUNY Oswego students believe that the typical student consumes alcohol daily. In actuality, it's only 0.7%.
Hey, did you want to come out to that party with us tonight?
No, thanks, I'm good. What about late night?
Yeah, let's go.
Great.
Overcoming misconceptions. Now that's style. This message was brought to you by the Lifestyle Center. For more information, visit oswego.edu/lifestyles.
So, April,
Yeah?
your charger's still using energy.
That's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
Hi, I'm Woodsy Owl, and I'm here to tell you about a dirty word, water pollution. Kids, it's up to us to keep our lakes and streams clean and beautiful. We've been polluting the water with all kinds of junk, like paper, cans, and gooey junk. It looks ugly, and it's killing our fish and ducks. Please don't throw junk in the water. Give a hoot. Don't pollute. In the city or in the woods, what is America looking good?
I don't have a prompter.
Your look at sports. The New York Yankees woke up this morning with a chance to win the franchise's 27th World Series tonight in Philadelphia. Cliff Lee and the Phillies had something to say about that. Chase Utley hit a 3-run homer in the first to give the Phils a 3-1 early lead. 3 more runs in the third chased Yankee starter A.J. Burnett. And at last check, the Phillies hold a 6-2 lead over the Yankees in the 7th inning. Turning now to hockey, the Washington Capitals announced that reigning league MVP Alex Ovechkin is week-to-week with what the team is calling an upper body strain. The winger suffered the injury in the team's 5-4 overtime loss against Columbus on Sunday. Ovechkin was at the team's practice facility to receive an MRI on Monday and will travel to New Jersey with the team on Wednesday, although he has already been ruled out for that game. Coming into Monday night's action, he leads the league with 14 goals and 23 assists. A surprise move coming from Syracuse today. Mike Williams, the star wide receiver for the Orange football squad, has quit the team, according to head coach Doug Marrone. Williams was suspended for Syracuse's game against Akron 2 weeks ago and has missed all of the 2008 campaign due to academic ineligibility. Williams was ranked 6th nationally with 106 receiving yards per game, tops in the Big East. And finally, the Oswego State cross-country season has come to a close for both the men and the women following the SUNYAC championships that took place in Cortland over the weekend. The men finished in 7th place overall with junior Matt Bott finishing the 8K race in 27-22, while the women finished 8th overall with freshman Rachel Sanborn placing 21st in the 6K run. The best showing from a Laker in the conference championships since 2004. That's it for sports. I'm Chris Harvaditz. Let's go over to Keith with your lotto results.
Well, here are today's lotto numbers. Let's get ready to check those. The daily numbers are 062, and the win 4 numbers are 0396. Those 4 numbers are 0396. And when putting together a record-breaking accomplishment, one must be sure to go big or go home. And for Matthew Miniski, a meatball was his go big. The meatball was a 225.5-pound behemoth and was authenticated by a Guinness World Records official after state and measure weights. Miniski, owner of Noni's Italian Eatery in Concord, was presented with a plaque. 225 pounds. Wow. Well, Steph, do you have a story that beats that?
I actually really do. We know it's common for shoplifters to hide stolen items in their pants, but not such a common place to hide live animals. That's exactly where a homeless man hid a ferret in northern Florida. When Rodney Bolton was confronted in the parking lot for stealing the animal, he shoved the ferret in a witness's face. The confrontation makes the ferret a special weapon under Florida law, so Bolton now faces battery charges as well as theft. Well, after that one, let's turn it over to Patrick and see what's happening for our final weather. Pat, what do you have that beats a ferret in your pants?
Oh, well, not much, I'll tell you that much. But let me tell you what we have up for tomorrow. We have temperatures starting out in the low 40s, climbing up to through the mid-40s and into the upper 40s by the end of the day. So all in all, not too bad temperature-wise, but you want to bring that umbrella with you.
Well, that's it for our broadcast this Monday evening. It was good information, but thank you very much for joining us. I'm Keith Rubino.
And I'm Stephanie Robustel. From all of us here at WTOP 10 News, good night.
I really want to talk about the ferret,